Hey everyone, Off the Cuff Reviews here. My name is Alex, and today I have a special new video. We are going to be doing a top 10 list of Panic at the Disco songs, so let's get into it. Today's sponsor is myself. As a lot of you know, my fiance Ashley and I have a podcast, but we also have a website where we post movie reviews, movie news, updates about our podcast, updates about us, all that kind of good stuff is over there. But we also have an online store, which you can also find on our website. But this online store has artwork currently that was made by my fiance, and I kind of helped a little bit, but most of it was done by my fiance, DIY style. She's painting all of these, and we are selling them on our website. We are going to be trying to push that. We have new merch ideas coming. You guys should definitely stick around for that. We're coming up with the ideas for the merch right now, and we're going to be dropping it on that site, so definitely go check it out. The link is down below in the description. If you guys want to check out any of the artwork that we have listed so far, and maybe if you guys want to request anything customized or anything new that we haven't listed there, let us know. Hit us in the DMs, and we'll be happy to answer. Now let's get back to the video. So first things first, I have not actually heard Panic at the Disco's newest album, so none of these songs are going to be from that album. We're excluding that album right now because I'm actually going to be doing a full album review of that in a separate video. Today I wanted to cover the top 10 songs, at least my top 10 songs. And without further ado, let's dive right in. Number 10 is I Write Sins, Not Tragedies, from their first debut album. And of course, this song really needs no introduction. It is one of their best songs, obviously, and it's well known, so I'm not really going to dive too much into that. Number 9 is Don't Threaten Me with a Good Time. This was a single from their album Death of a Bachelor, and it rocks. And I feel like this was a cool way to move and grow and transition instrumentally for this band and for Brendan, and I feel like this was like the perfect song to kind of do that with, and that's why I love it so much. And it's just fun to listen to. Number 8 is Northern Downpour. And Northern Downpour is a song that is off Pretty Odd. It's actually one of the more meaningful songs for this list to me, of course. This song means a lot to me, and that's why I put it on this list. Number 7 is Camisoto. This is from their first debut album. A lot of these songs are from this album. I think personally this is their best album. At least this is my favorite album from them. And Camisoto is just so fun. It's just really upbeat and fast paced and just gets you dancing, you know? The next one, number 6, is London Beckoned, Songs About Money, written by Machines. This is another one that's right in your face, upbeat and fast, and that's what I like about this. They kind of take different elements of different bands of this time, but I feel like this song specifically is one of those songs that definitely inspired a lot of other bands that I know in the pop punk scene that came after this album was released. I feel like this album, you know, as a whole, especially this song, is definitely one of those ones that means a lot to people and definitely pushed the limits for pop punk. So number 5 actually does not come from one of their albums directly. It actually comes from a B-side of one of their albums, or it's like an exclusive track that came out after this album came out initially. This is not on the main. This song is not on the main soundtrack, the track listing for this album. The album is Vices and Virtues, and this song is Kaleidoscope Eyes. Kaleidoscope Eyes, I feel like, perfectly encapsulates this sound of this entire album in one song, and I'm surprised it ended up as like a B-side or like an exclusive track, because this is one of the ones that should be a main song on the record, because I feel like it instrumentally it encapsulates everything that they were going for with their sound, with their look, everything about this. album here. Like, I feel like it goes perfectly with the Ballad of Mona Lisa, like just instrumentally, and they have these like infectious hooks in the chorus that just draw you in, and this is just a really fun song. Like I said about Don't Threaten Me with a Good Time, this was a really good song to transition their sound with, and I feel like it encapsulated that transition period for them for this specific sound, but it ended up as like a B-side, and I don't understand why. Number 4 on this list is Death of a Bachelor, and this comes from the album Death of a Bachelor. This is one of my favorite songs off of this album. This is one of my favorite songs that he's ever put out, Brendan Urie. From what I understand, he wrote, produced, recorded all of this album by himself. That's what I gathered. Correct me if I'm wrong in the comments, of course. But Death of a Bachelor is such a great track. I feel like, I mean, you can't really knock his voice here. Like, vocally, this is one of the best songs he's ever put out. And on top of it, it really captures that Vegas sound, that Vegas bachelor party sound that he was kind of going for here. And I definitely appreciate what he was doing with the nuances and the homages to the songs that he was definitely drawing inspiration from. And this is just like a really, really, really good song overall. And just lyrically, vocally, everything about this instrumentally is great. Go check it out if you haven't heard it yet. It's definitely like on the slower side, but I feel like you could appreciate, even though it's slower, you could still appreciate the vocals in this song. He really shines. Brendan Urie really shines on that track specifically. Number 3 on this record is 9 in the Afternoon, and that song is one of the lead singles from Pretty Odd. And this is one of my favorite songs. It's so fun. It's so just funky and weird, and this was like their peak, in my opinion, where they were just kind of experimenting. And even though Pretty Odd isn't really one of my favorite albums overall from them, I really do appreciate it because they were really pushing the limits and pushing the boundaries of their genre and creating their own sound and their own vibe. Like, everything about them, their own personas. They weren't just like some pop punk band that's like Fall Out Boy or something, like radio pop punk, which I feel like they're trying to go for now. But back then, when they released Pretty Odd, this was like definitely their most experimental album, and it definitely delivered, especially with 9 in the Afternoon. Number 2 is But It's Better If You Do, because this song is just one of my favorite songs. I don't care even if you don't think it's that good lyrically or whatever, or maybe Brendan doesn't shine as much vocally on this song. I feel like it's still so good. It's just a really fun track that you can just sing along to. This is just one that would just grow, and it's really nostalgic for me, and that's also why I picked my number 1 pick. Speaking of, my number 1 pick of all of the Panic at the Disco songs is Lying Is the Most Fun a Girl Can Have Without Taking Her Clothes Off. I just want to say that song is a song that I love, especially because it's so nostalgic for me from that time period when I was growing up. And it's just so fun, and it's a song that kind of takes like a whole bunch of different genres, and this is a song that I feel like really captures the sound of that album perfectly, and I feel like that's why they released as a single. They knew how cool this song was going to be. This is actually one of my favorite songs that they've ever put out. Obviously, it's number 1, and it's not even number 1 because I feel like it's like the most talented, the most like the best instrumental or the best vocals or the best lyrics. It's just everything about this song and the nostalgia factor that just really brings this song home for me and makes it my number 1 pick. So with that, I just want to say thank you for sticking around. Thank you for watching my videos. Let me know down below what your top 10 Panic at the Disco songs are, or at least your top 5. Comment them down below. Let's talk. Let's open a discussion, because that's why I make these videos. And hit that subscribe button if you haven't yet. I will see you guys on the flip side. Thanks for watching. Stay safe, everybody.